Hi members of the VC, this is Jeff again. This is my second video this weekend. The first one was a Kiss collection video that I did. Some of you have checked it out. I would have thought more people would have checked it out by now, but hopefully you'll enjoy it and find it interesting for you Kiss fans. I just came back from some record shopping today in Montreal. It was actually a really good late morning, early afternoon. Hit some of my favorite record stores here in Montreal. My all-time favorite is Death of Vinyl. They have a really large collection of vinyl from all different genres and different price bins, which is really great. You can walk out of there with something at $20-25, but you can also walk out of there with something that's 50 cents, $2, $3. So I was really happy with the time spent there today. And at the end, on the way home, I hit BeatNick Records, which is also another favorite spot of mine. On Thursday, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, I managed to go to Cheap Thrills during my lunch break from work, and I found two. So I don't want to make this video long, I just thought I'd share the things that I got. So the stuff I got in the middle of the week at Cheap Thrills, this is Van Morrison, or Them with Van Morrison. This is an awesome record. Sounds amazing. Gloria's on it. Here Comes the Night. It's kind of like a greatest hits collection that was released in the early 80s on London Records. Fantastic copy, and it sounds great. Very happy about that. The same day I found Keith Richards' solo album, Talk Is Cheap. I think this is his first album. Really good. Love the production on this. I listened to it, cleaned it up and listened to it yesterday, and side one is just fantastic. I mean, the first three songs, the drums are recorded so well, and I mean, the kick drum just hits you in the chest. It's really good. I really like that album a lot. So today's finds. I'm a huge Queensryche fan. This is Operation Mindcrime. This is an album. I had the box set from the 90s Operation Live Crime. It was kind of like a VHS tape and a CD of this whole album done live, and I absolutely fell in love with it the first time I heard it. I never heard the studio version of this, never owned it on CD. Picked up the vinyl today. It's in mint condition. I'm really looking forward to spinning this and hearing what the studio version of these tracks sound like. So that was very excited about that. Next up is one of my favorite Rolling Stones records, Black and Blue. Fool to Cry is probably one of my favorite Rolling Stones songs. My favorite album is It's Only Rock and Roll. I haven't had luck today, or any day, finding a good copy on vinyl. There was a pressing that I found from France, but it was $20 and the quality wasn't that great. It was a bit, the vinyl itself was nicked and stuff, so I'm holding out for a much better copy. But this is mint. The record itself is like virtually unplayed, so I'm very happy about that. So at least I walked out with a Rolling Stones record. Picked this up. This was in the $2 bin. Daryl Hall and John Oates, greatest hits. I absolutely love these guys. Love their songs, their songwriting. I looked at this and it's like, I do have a compilation on CD that I listen every now and again in the car, but I wanted something on vinyl, and this is great. Really happy I found that. Next one is Christopher Cross. There might be some laughing right now. I hope not. I've always considered myself a lover of songs as opposed to any musical genre. I mean, I love heavy metal, I love jazz, I love blues, I love what would be considered adult contemporary. But I love songs, and when something hits me, makes the hairs on my neck stand up, then it's got me for life. So I found this. This is like a virtually untouched copy, and Ride Like the Wind, Sailing, Say You'll Be Mine. I had to get it. It was actually the first record I pulled today when I was flipping through the bins, and I said, oh, I gotta get this. Okay, next up is The Firm. Now, I don't know anything about this record. This is a collaboration between Paul Rodgers and Jimmy Page. It was in amazing condition. It was $3, so I had to get it. Next up is David Lee Roth. This is an EP that he did. I don't even think he was out of Van Halen. He had done the EP, and then soon after, he left Van Halen and did Eat 'Em and Smile, which is also an amazing album. I'd like to find that on vinyl. I only have that on CD. But this is cool. They had 2 copies of this. They had a Canadian pressing and an American pressing. I went with the American pressing. It's a master disc stamper on the dead wax, and it was in slightly better condition, real nice gloss. So I'm going to clean it up, and I'm looking forward to hearing this. I love Just a Gigolo, and I'm sure a lot of you remember the video on MTV. This is not actually part of the album. It's a sticker. I'm going to try and remove that quickly and carefully. But other than that, it's in virtually untouched condition. Really happy about that. Big Roth fan. Next up is a band called Riot. This is my first album by the band Riot. Now, I've heard things on compilations and I've checked things out online, and I liked what I heard. I just didn't really have a chance or come across an opportunity to really buy their stuff. This was $4, so I picked it up. The record is virtually untouched. The jacket's a little beaten up. I try to avoid, buying stuff that looks like this because I really want to pick my pieces and have them be just right. But I couldn't pass it up for the price, and it's also a promo copy that's stamped. And since the record was in perfect condition, I figured why not? I can, deal with that. Really looking forward to spinning this. Really, really happy about that. Next up is Pete Townsend. I believe this was his first solo album, Empty Glass. I trust someone else will get that. Let My Love Open the Door, I'm an Animal, Empty Glass. I love The Who, big fan of The Who. I've never had any solo albums by any of the members of The Who, but I read a lot of good things online about this one, so I figured, why not? Great condition. $5, very happy about that. This I was very excited to come across today. I was just saying to myself this week, if I ever run across a copy of In Living Color or Living Color's Vivid, I'm going to pick it up. And sure enough, it was one of the last bins I was going through, and the new batch of stuff they got in, flipping through it and found it. Wow, the copy is virtually untouched, high gloss on the vinyl. I love this album. I think it's just fantastic. Open Letter to a Landlord. I used to have this on cassette when it first came out, and I wore it out. It broke. Never owned it on CD. Kind of forgot about it, and they showed up on my radar when I heard Cult of Personality on a compilation a few months back, and I said, I remember that band. Vernon Reid on guitar. This is good music. Happy I found that. Very happy I found this. I don't have this on vinyl. I used to. As I said in the Kiss video that I shot yesterday, I had virtually every copy of Kiss's albums on LP with all the inserts. I sold everything to another collector when I went back to school, so I'm slowly building my collection back up. And this is cool. This is a US press. It's got the insert. The record is in really nice condition, and I realized after, it doesn't have the poster, but it has the insert, and I didn't realize that at first when I picked it up. So very, very happy about that. I love Ace's solo album. I have to say, Peter's is my favorite. I love Peter's solo album. Most people think I'm crazy for saying that, but Ace's solo album is fantastic. So very, very happy about that. This last long play album I am extremely excited about. I passed up buying this album about a month ago from another record store in Montreal. It was a repress single jacket, and I said, no, I know I can hold out for the gatefold. Sure enough, it happened today. This was $6, fantastic condition. This is an original American press gatefold that opens up. The records are in excellent condition with the original inner sleeves, which I'd never even seen before, the Mercury sleeves, and the label of this album is fantastic. There. And I'll show you guys a little something of this. And I always read online that if you're going to get this album or find this album, then you had to look for the master disc stamp in the dead wax, and sure enough, this copy has it. So there was no way I was leaving the store without taking this with me. So very, very, very happy about that. Last, I just want to show something I'm really excited about. It came in the mail about 2 weeks ago, and I finally got around to cleaning it up and playing it, and it's awesome. I'm just going to show you the record label, and I wonder how many of you are aware of a band called the Rockin' Vickers. So you can see that in a song called Dandy. Now, I'm a huge Motorhead fan, and when I saw the Motorhead documentary, Lemmy, when it came out, there was this whole section of what he had done prior to being Motorhead, and even prior that other band that he was in, that kind of space rock band. The name escapes me right now. But he started out playing in these bands, and he started out playing with a band called the Rockin' Vickers, and they were playing this song on the documentary called Dandy, and I loved it. I just like, what is this song? I didn't even know that Lemmy, had that type of background. So I did some searching on eBay, and there was a gentleman selling an American radio station promotional copy of this 45, and on the B side is I Don't Need Your Kind, and I love it. I think it's fantastic, and I love that there's a Motorhead and the Lemmy connection there. So I'm a really happy guy. I think those are some great records. I can't wait to clean them up and spin them, and I'll report back on what I think. I hope you've all had a great weekend. Thanks again for all the people that keep watching the videos and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll follow up with you guys next week. Bye, VC.